Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new here, welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. But hey, do me a couple favors, please. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that notification bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're of the 770 regulars here, welcome back for another round. Ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment. Because as we know, YouTube does love those comments. And of course, as always, share this video out on all social media. My socials, Instagram and X, always down below in the description, along with a link to that wonderful Joker Voice merch stuff. Cool stuff. I'm just saying here. And I know what some of you are thinking. The thumbnail says GOAT, and it's a picture of Becky Lynch. In my opinion, Io Sky is the best bell-to-bell in-ring talent in the entire world, period. However, there is more that goes into the conversation when it comes to the title of GOAT. Now, full disclosure, I am not a Becky Lynch fan, and I actually did a video, something about this about a year ago, and after what happened on Monday night, I have to stop. I gotta think. And yeah, I've got to recognize that Sports Illustrated says it, the Bleacher Report says it, and they might have a case. Let's discuss.
Here we go. Here we go.
So let me be clear. The aspect of Becky Lynch that I'll be stressing here is her willingness to use her undeniable star power to highlight and put over other talent. And it's something that she's actually been doing pretty consistently for the past 4 years, starting with the EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair. Now, this story starts at SummerSlam in 2021. Becky returns from the maternity leave to a huge pop as a surprise challenger for the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca. A surprise heel turn, and Becky steals a surprise win and becomes the new Raw Women's Champion. Now, instead of this being a creative aerial, an intense feud ensued between Becky and Bianca. Becky becomes the paranoid, maniacal heel champion versus the underdog babyface Bianca, leading to the feud coming to a head at WrestleMania 38 for the Raw Women's Championship. The result of this, Bianca wins back the Raw Women's title and goes on a historic title reign lasting well over 400 days, making Bianca Belair one of the most over talents in the entire WWE.
Well done. Well done.
Becky, now a babyface, then turns her sights to NXT as their current champion, the spoiled brat heel center of the universe, Tiffany Stratton, was having a little too much fun tormenting the entire women's locker room down at the Performance Center. Now, Becky would make a few appearances, and this led to a full-blown feud, which led to a title match, which Becky Lynch not only captured the NXT Women's Championship, but retained it a month later at NXT No Mercy. Now, both of these matches are considered, up until this point in time, as Tiffany Stratton's best matches in her entire WWE career. So what was the result of this feud is a few months after this, Tiffany Stratton makes her main roster debut at the Royal Rumble. A few months after that, she wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. Months after that, she cashes in at the start of 25 and goes on a 300-day plus title reign as the WWE Women's Undisputed Champion, telling the world that the WWE Women's Division runs Tiffy time.
Duh.
Now, Becky's back on the main roster, and she finds herself very briefly involved in a small chapter in the feud between Rhea Ripley and her arch nemesis, Liv Morgan. Now, this happened right after WrestleMania, after Liv attacked Rhea, injured her shoulder, and Rhea had to relinquish the Women's World Championship. Now, this led to a battle royal to determine a new Women's World Champion, with Becky Lynch capturing the title, eliminating Liv Morgan to become the champion. Now, this makes Liv Morgan become an obsessed, full heel turn as she keeps taunting Becky and taunting Becky and taunting Becky. And then the following month, it leads to Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan, Night of Champions, for the Women's World Championship. Now, the result of this, well, I mean, can anybody say that 2024 was not the year of Liv Morgan, as she became a two-time Women's World Champion, holding the title for well over 7 months, and just the character that developed out of this, the seduction of Dominic Mysterio, asserting herself in the Judgment Day, vaulting herself into absolute WWE superstardom.
Oh my God. Yes.
That leads us to this past Monday night on Raw in Madison Square Garden. Becky Lynch versus Maxxine Dupri for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. This is a title that Becky won from Lyra Valkyria a few months earlier and has elevated this title by herself far better than the entire creative team over on SmackDown and their Women's Mid-Card Championship.
That's a fact.
Now, the result of this month-long feud, the young woman who spent her entire time in NXT as a valet gets thrown onto the main roster and is expected to wrestle, is learning on the fly, got booed out of a house show a year ago, puts in the work, noticeable improvement, not just in ring, but as a character playing the lovable underdog, is rewarded for her obvious hard work as Maxxine Dupri is the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. A moment that has felt earned and believable and probably not possible without the selflessness of one Becky Lynch.
I'm just saying.
So, is Becky Lynch, or should she be in the conversation of GOAT? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And be sure to tune in tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on this channel, as we'll be talking about some of this and a whole lot more as we're headed to Survivor Series War Games, where some talking about me and the guys on Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. And I will see you folks all very soon. Hope you're having a great week. Have a wonderful rest of the week ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. Until next time.